Hello and welcome to Guelph's Culture Days podcast series. Well, in the series, we are going to explore, celebrate, and learn about different various cultures in Guelph, and through conversation, like a talk show kind of a thing. And we believe these conversations are really important so that we get to know about each other's cultures and create an opportunity where we feel confident to create friendship, maybe in your workplace or at your study place or just your neighbors. Joining me today are three unique personalities and they are from different countries. But before I introduce them, I'm gonna engage you on a little trivia game. So I'm gonna give you three clues and let's see if you're able to guess which community we have today, okay? My first clue is this region, this community around the world, right, it actually comprises of 22 countries. Clue 2, they all speak the same language. That's how they are connected. Clue 3, it actually spans from Asia to the northern part of Africa. Have you guessed it? If you have guessed the Arab community, you have guessed it right. So anyway, let's welcome our guest. Joining me today is Riham from Egypt.
Hi.
Neema from Sudan.
Hi.
And Latif from Syria. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
My name is Riham Vasili, and I born in Egypt. I came to Canada at 2017. Canada is one of my dream to live in, and Canada knows as the strong and free country in religion and belief. I came to Mississauga, Canada in 2017. Big city, Mississauga, actually, and busy. We spent 3 years there. It was amazing time there. But also, when we start to study more about Canada, and we found Guelph, the royal city.
Mm-hmm.
So, Guelph is one of the 10 safest cities in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Also the university, so if I plan for my kids, I don't want them to go far of me. So yeah, it's very good country actually to live on.
Okay, so you moved to Guelph because of the university and the safety factor.
True.
For your children.
Right.
Amazing, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello.
Neema, what about you?
Hi, my name is Nerma. I was born in Germany and moved to Sudan when I was 5 years. I came to Canada in 2017 together with my mom. My dad was living here before he came here for work. He came in 2012 and he sponsored us. And he chose to come to Canada because he say it's a safe country and the nature here is very good and it's good for living, for education and for work. And we came directly to Guelph and we chose to come to Guelph because it's a small city. It's in the middle of Ontario, so it's easy to move around the city.
True.
And even to other cities, to Toronto, Waterloo, Mississauga. You don't find it hard. And the nature here is also good, the weather. In the winter, it's warm, not like Toronto or other cities.
You find Guelph warm?
Yeah, depending on other cities where I went to, it's warm.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
warmer than Toronto is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wow, even the winter. Okay.
Yeah, for me. And in the summer, it has a very beautiful nature. You can take a walk around and see the forest, the nature. It's very green. Because I never see that things green like this in my country. So it's, yeah.
Well, this is the green belt.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes sense, yes.
Yeah, and it's also here good education. They have the University of Guelph, the Conestoga College, which I was involved in.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a good education from there. And also there is a low rate of crime here, so it's safe to live here.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the reason.
What about you, Latif?
Yeah, hi. So my name is Latif, as you said. I was born in Syria, Aleppo. And then when the Civil War started in Syria, we moved to Turkey. And we stayed there for like 7 years. And after that, we came to Canada. And yeah, when we first got here, we moved to Mississauga. And from there, we came to Guelph.
Okay. So, how long are you here in Guelph?
I've been here since 2021.
So, I'm just curious about, when you moved, because all moved recently in the past, 7 to 8 years. So what was the first thing, was a surprise about Canada or Guelph? What was the first thing that really surprised you as to like, oh my God, this is very different from where I am from?
For me, the Canadian people, it's very polite.
Oh my God, okay.
Really, so they apologize, they're very kind. This is not the way how I used to like, and very kind, I can tell. So, and they appreciate what you say in the morning, like, hi, good morning, may I have something? So, we smile people, polite people. And also the big thing after that, the time management. Oh
Okay.
my God. This is, I have to learn that. I have to learn how to
A lot
use
of us
my
have to,
time.
yes.
Yes, the time is money here, right?
True. I see what you're saying, yes.
See, so it was for me a big surprise to have to manage the time in
Okay.
Canada here.
Yeah, when you say the people they are very nice, I agree with you because this when someone say thank you for me or something like this or appreciate the work that I do, I feel very happy and I feel like confident for myself because I did something good and I feel appreciated.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. Thank you for sharing. Do you have any other, things that surprised you positively or negatively, right? Like as soon as you came here, that shocked you.
So when we got to Guelph, this main thing surprised me because it's like more like it's a small city with a big city feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you compare like the size, it's like it's not that big, but when you see the many things it offers, many things it has, yeah, it feels more like a bigger city. And they got a university, they got they got a college here, they got many companies you can work for. Yeah, they got like a lot of recreational programs like in the summer. It's a lot of things you can do and activities and yeah.
So you know what, for me, Guelph, I always look at it as the Goldilocks city. It's not too big,
Yeah,
not too
not too
small. It's
small.
just perfect, And like you said, it gives you the feel of a small city, but it has everything. So what else surprised you, like in terms of the buildings or anything? How did it surprise you as
Well,
well?
surprisingly, when we got here, Guelph looked like the old town, like downtown area. It looks pretty much where I'm from. Like that's more like not a surprise, but it looks more like closer to Europe versus Mississauga, where I lived in Mississauga, where it's more like newer buildings and stuff. I mean, they have older towns and stuff like that, but in Guelph, I feel like they got older buildings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was also surprised to see many different communities. I wasn't expecting because all the people when they came from different country, they always choose like the capital of the city. They don't go to the rural areas.
Right.
So I was surprised to find this big community here.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. So when I moved here as well, it's a very interesting point. It reminds me like 12, 13 years back when I moved here, and I moved from Halifax, and then people told me like, oh, Guelph is a white bread community, but when I came here, that I see so much of diversity.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you saying? It's a white bread community. There's so much of diversity here. And I think that's one of the reasons why we're also doing this podcast,
Yeah.
to talk about the different cultures and, educate each other about each other's culture and learn from each other.
Yeah. of course.
So when you came here, I'm curious, how did you connect with your community? And I can see like this is Arab community with 22 country people joining, and I understand that you're a Christian, we have Muslims, and there are other religions in the Arab world, right? Like, so can you just elaborate a little bit on what is that brings you together and how you became connected within your community system?
Yeah, I will tell you. So the first thing, when you look at the Arabian grocery.
Mm-hmm.
So the Arabian grocery, when you go to the grocery, you Google first and you
Okay.
look at who sell the Arabian food. So when I go to the store, so I feel like I'm back home. Hey, the people, and even the background, the song, the music in background, they can speak the same as our language. And this is the start. So when I meet someone in the grocery, I say, hi, did you live here? Yes. How you go there? How you go there? How you find this? And she tell me, yeah, we have a community here and there. This is the start for myself, how I find people who speak my language. And like you said, it's not my same country, but they speak the same language.
See, that's what the language
Yeah.
is what connects the 22 countries, which is like
True.
incredible. Like a lot of people don't know that
Yeah.
that the Arab community comprises of 22 different nationality people,
Yeah.
and you're connected with the language, which is amazing.
And like Riham said, our people, when they see each other, they connect directly. They don't need anything. When you speak Arabic, they feel happy and they get connected and they start the conversation, and then they became friends in like a while. Yeah.
And, it reminds me of, I'm from India, and we, have many languages within India. So there are times when you go to the grocery store, and I've heard people speak my language, and my kids go nuts because they know it. As soon as I hear somebody speak my language, be like, are you from India speaking my language? My kids will be like, stop doing that, mama, It's so funny, but I know how the grocery and the food, the common element is what connects us.
True.
What about you, Latif?
Yeah, for me it's a little bit different because I came here when I was like younger. So I'm not really connected to the culture that I'm from. Like I'm not really Syrian guy because I didn't really live there. But I'm still be connected to my mom and stuff. But like here's more like I would say
you do
my
speak
friends,
the language though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But most of my friends are like they're not Arabs. Like I got a mixture of friends. Like they're more like I would say I don't know how to say it, but I got a mixture of friends. I got friends that are Asians. I got friends who are like different backgrounds, right? And yeah, I feel like myself not really paying much attention to my culture because I'm not back there. I mean, everybody has a different opinion, right? But like, I'm not back there, right? I'm here. So I just try to make something that's better. Like, how can I say it's more like Canadian, I would say in a way. And I don't know. It's like that's my experience. I'm not very connected to the past. I'm just trying to build a better future in Guelph.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to hear these perspectives, and I think that's what this show is about: is to hear different perspectives, and that we are unique. Like, can't stereotype because just hear from the same community and we're having absolutely different answers. So, Latif, how was it? Because you would have joined here in a school when you moved here, right?
Yeah.
So, how was it for you integrated with the other students in school?
Well, it was very easy because the Canadian themselves, people, I'm not sure how to describe that, but people who were born here, live here, most of them came from somewhere else. So then most of them understood that me being different, not speaking English, was just totally normal to them, to most of the students at least. So that was wasn't very hard to integrate. And yeah, so when I started speaking English, pretty much started making friends, and now I have friends a couple of my friends Greeks, some friends from Macedonia, some Turkish friends, some Arab friends, some friends from India. It's it's a mixture. I don't see somebody's background as a barrier to be their friend, or somebody's belief. I don't care. I don't think about that. It's if we chill, we vibe, it's a different culture. I'm not sure how to explain it to you, but.
No, yeah, I think you explained it perfectly well, because I do hear, some of the parents, growing up, and they say how kids these days are colorblind, which is just beautiful, right? The race and the color and the creed doesn't matter. You said something else, Latif, where you said, when I learned English. So how was it, so when you came here, how was it when you didn't speak English enough? How was it in the school?
Well, it was pretty good. The teachers were helping me a lot, and yeah, a lot of people help me and tell me, hey, this is how you say it is, and what I find is that most people they don't pay attention to how you talk, how you speak. They don't care if you speak English or not. They just don't care.
They understood you.
Yeah.
You felt they understood you. Anyway.
Yeah, it's because I don't know, I see this country being built on immigrants. It was the most thing to help.
Right.
New immigrants to come in. It's because we all came from somewhere else unless you're native. That's how I see it. Mm-hmm. I mean, many people have different ideas, but I see it as I don't know. Yeah, it's as I told you, most of my friends, I got friends from Pakistan, friends from England. Yeah, it's mixed. It's
right.
Yeah, people here are understandable, so they know that you're from a different culture. They can understand whatever you say. Even the Canadians, or they are from different culture, they will understand you.
True.
Yeah.
They respect the accent.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. So they are open-minded to accepting different accents.
Right.
So it's not.
So when I say something I say a word wrong, then I apologize, but then they're like, no, you don't need to apologize, you're saying it good. So they're making me feel comfortable. Yeah.
So you did mention that you just finished in Conestoga College. How was it for you, studying there, and how was your experience, being with the multicultural environment here?
Yeah, it was very nice experience, and I was afraid at the beginning to not have many friends from the college because of different cultures, but I was managed to have friends. Even I find some friends from the Arab culture. So I had many friends from Conestoga College, from other countries, not just from Arab. I have from Philippines, from India. So they are very welcoming.
Okay, very nice. So what about your experience? After you came to Guelph, you already had experience in Mississauga. So if you want to make that difference between, when I came to Guelph, these were slightly different from your original experience in Canada.
I will give you example. When you ride the bike and you run like for 5 kilometers and you stop to drink some water and everything is quiet around you, this is Guelph. The break from all the car manufacturer, the traffic, the many people around you. When you came from Mississauga to Guelph, you find yourself like, oh my gosh, what is quiet? How is quiet? How are guys so nice like that?
Yeah.
I will not live here.
Okay.
True. So you can breathe. The pollution is like the minimum here in Guelph. You can breathe more than, we can say, that central. So I like Guelph.
Okay, so this is what we are trying to understand, right? Like, what is that makes Guelph your home? So you're already answering almost my final question, which is, what's that making home for you? But talking about that, you've lived in Egypt and Sudan and Syria, or in Turkey. So what is that, that connects you, that makes you feel feels like home?
I will tell you something. Here in Guelph, you can eat from the farm right away. So they do like, I don't know, a car. It's just bring from the farm,
Right.
like corn or pumpkin or something, or apple. It's fresh. I couldn't find like this much in Mississauga, but it happened here. You eat a fresh food come from the farm.
Okay.
It's like my back home also. So
Okay.
we can eat right away from the farm, fresh, clean. Oh my God, tastes so good.
Okay, so that's your connection to your home back in
Yes.
Egypt. Okay. For you, Nima?
I'm involved in an organization called CAWA. It's a Canadian Arab Women Association. So when the first time I joined this organization, I felt like I was with my sisters. They're all ladies, and they're doing their best to try to make us practice our culture here by doing festivals. We mean to do it like in public places, so everyone get to know our culture. So we do it in a restaurant, in the mall, or in a park, and we share food from all different Arab countries, and we try to wear our traditional dress so people can see them. And not just that, also the people of Guelph, they're very nice. They smile on your face, so they're making me feeling welcoming and feeling home. So that's the best thing about Guelph.
You, Latif.
What makes me feel home here? So essentially my friends around here. I have a lot of friends, and that's the main part. And also like I'm involved in a lot of things, like I go rock climbing, I like go for grotto. So I do that. It's a lot of things that I do. Also, like I live here for like the past 3 years. I went to high school here, and I got my first job here. I learned how to drive here.
Okay, I mean, like,
It's a lot of
you're
firsts.
practically like brought up here in your growing years.
I
So
was
Yeah.
like
this
16 when I
is,
got here.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of firsts I got here. Yeah, so it's one of the things that make me feel home, and yeah, the friends, the family, like the fact that I graduated high school from here, and yeah, that's all I have to say.
See, I'm wondering, like, you are all from different countries, but similar culture. How do you maintain your culture here? Like, what are the things that you do, and what are those big celebrations that you celebrate here?
So since we came Canada, we hear about the multicultural festival.
Okay.
So this is one of the fantastic, like you can meet everyone because they came. If you do it in Mississauga, they came from the other city, right? So it's here in Guelph also. We do the multicultural festival, and the people is so interesting when you wear your costume from like Saudi Arabia, from Egypt. And the people it's oh, where do you come from? I start to say from where I come from. And sometimes we have some product from back home, a natural product, we can make it here in Guelph, but in our background, we can do it here in Guelph, like natural face mask, we can say.
You make them and they sell here?
We don't sell it, but just we introduce our history, our background. We just introduce what the pharaonic people did, like a mask for cream mask or massage or some spa stuff. So the pharaonic people like Nefertiti, like the queen of Egypt in the past, she used the flour to make a lot of stuff.
Cleopatra,
yes.
Okay.
Cleopatra is one of the beautiful queen there.
Of course.
So,
the whole world knows about her.
Yeah, for me, I do a volunteer in this festival to answer or to show some books, and sometimes we have a screen to show some traditional food, how we make it, and we have samples if they need to try it. This food is here in Guelph. We can buy it here. We can use it here. For myself to do as a volunteer and serve myself and to serve the community around me, it's very nice to do that. Actually, this is my way how to I introduce my
culture to the rest of the world.
True.
You know what? We probably should have a separate session on how to make those massage cream for. I mean, Egyptian Cleopatra's recipe. Come on.
Big civilization.
Who would want to learn that? Of course. Yeah. So, what about you, Nima? How is that you're trying to continue or maintain your culture here in Guelph?
We always, with my Sudanese community, we always have some gatherings. We do parties. We try in our weddings. We try to wear our natural dresses. We try to do our henna and do the weddings as.
So henna, so in the Arab world also you have the henna, right?
Yeah.
Because henna is also very Indian art.
But it's different from country to country.
Okay.
Like in my country, the married women, like the grandmothers, they do it in their fingers.
Okay.
Just the fingers. The ladies, they do the drawing, but we prefer the black henna. I know in India they do the red one, white one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I never heard of a white one. Red one, yes.
Yeah.
So yours is black.
Yeah.
So it is meant to be black henna.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't do red or white.
Okay.
Yeah. And also my mom, she always make food, traditional food, share it with neighbors to show them that this is our food, and she invite them to our parties. So the neighbors are very welcoming, and they are like, when I give them food, they already know about our food. They say, yeah, we know this dish is like this. And so I was like, you know better than me. So you're good. Yeah.
So Sudanese food and Ethiopian food, because I know there are Ethiopian restaurants here.
Yeah.
So is it similar?
Kind of. So they have the injera.
Injera, yeah?
Yeah, so they make it thick with whole wheat, but we do it with the white wheat. And we do it thinner, not like thick like them.
Okay.
Yeah, and we also, they have zigni. Yeah, we have the same, but we don't do the hot flavors. They have some hot flavors they put in, but we don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you are saying that, when you are sharing your food with your neighbors,
Yeah.
what was the best reaction or the craziest reaction that you can remember, by tasting your food, right? Like.
So I remember one day my mom, she was doing some dish, it's called falafel. Mm-hmm. So I went to my neighbor and I knocked on her door to give her, and she was very happy. She was like, oh, I like this. And then her dog was jumping, and she was like, my dog also likes this food. Yeah.
Well, the dogs eat all the food, but they might not like the spice, so I don't know. So the dog also liked the spice? Oh my God, that's amazing. And talking about falafel, I think we also in India, we have something very similar to the falafel. Very similar mixture. Yeah. You know what? Food is, in India we have a saying which says, food is the way to your heart.
Yeah.
The way to anybody's heart or mind is actually through the stomach, reaches your heart as well as your mind.
And Indian have the best spices.
No, we have a lot of different spices, and India is again, it's like a continent. So what is in the south is very different from north. So that's another big topic to talk about,
Yeah.
Indian food.
Yeah.
What about you, Latif? Following your culture and tradition here.
Yeah, so for me it's a little bit different
Mhm.
because I don't know like how to explain that to you. It's a lot of things that we don't agree with the mainstream. Like I'm not sure how to explain my culture. Like, am I more Turkish than Syrian? Or am I more Syrian than Turkish? I'm not sure to answer that. So it's more like we have our own life in a way because I mean I respect my mom and my dad and all this stuff and we're happy with our lives. But like I don't connect myself strongly to any culture. I don't like feel I'm strongly Syrian.
Okay.
It's like we're Syria, we drink coffee in the morning, or we listen to this song. It's like, I don't know, like the Arabs in the Levant Arabs, they have like the singer that they listen to every morning. Her name is Feroz.
You mean to say everybody in the Arab world listens to the same kind of...
Mainly
Yeah.
Levant. I would say.
Really?
I'm not sure. It's fine. It's a morning.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's Lebanese.
Across 22 countries.
No,
Yes.
I wouldn't say yes.
Oh,
Maybe.
majority. Kind of, majority. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Where is that singer from? I'm curious right
She's
now.
Lebanese.
She's Lebanese and...
Yeah. Christian Lebanese.
They call her the mountain sound.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
She's from the mountains. of Lebanon.
Mountain sound.
Yeah, so I don't know,
Wow.
like we never I don't say, oh, we wake up in the morning, we listen to Feroz, we drink our strong. I don't know if the Turkish coffee, because that's how we make. I don't say, oh, we wake up in the morning, drink the Turkish coffee. I was like, live it, don't worry about it. Like sometimes drink American coffee. Like I don't know, like I don't really think about it so much.
You don't think about certain practices as a traditional
I don't
practice.
like- yeah, I
You're
don't-
just...
Yeah, it's like I just hit like I don't know, like I have my friends Persians, I have my friends with different backgrounds. I try to be more Canadian than anywhere else. Where I feel like if you're stuck to your ways, your mind, like to your culture, very strongly, not very strongly, but like if you believe it's only my way is the right way, it's very being closed-minded. Because let me tell you one thing, I've tried many things I never tried back home in Canada. I've talked to people that I've never seen. Like I've never like I'm not like I don't think about it this way, but like in Turkey, like I don't see like a lot of Asian people, or like I don't see a lot of people from different backgrounds. So when I got here, I saw a lot of similar things that are very universal in a way. And I saw a lot of different things that may not be very different. So if you look at the similarities, you would see that there's more similarities than there's differences.
You know
You know
what?
what I'm saying?
You put it so nicely, Latif, and that's the most beautiful part of living in Canada, is that it's not a melting pot. It is a mosaic culture, and Canada actually encourages all cultures to follow their own traditions and cultures, and I think that's why back in our own countries, we don't see other nationalities. We just see our people, and within our own people, like say for example in Egypt, so will be in India and everywhere else, where we see Indians divided. I'm quite sure it'll be the same. But here we are all very uniquely different people trying to stay connected. So I think that's what I see as the beauty in Canada. And I think Guelph initially didn't look like that. I think 20, 30 years back, maybe the definition of being a white bread community was true. But I think now it's expanded, and it's all these different culture people living here, and we are we are connected and we are united. So I think that's what I also find it very beautiful about Guelph and Canada. Is that what you were trying to say, Latif?
Sorry, sounds similar. Well, thanks for saying that. But what I was gonna say is like, even living in the Middle East, you can see different cultures as well. So like going to Istanbul or Ankara, like these big cities in Turkey, they're really mixed. I'm telling you, like especially Istanbul, it's really mixed. But if you go to the south, like the villages where there's no
Right.
money, like people would not go there. Like let's say I'm from any country in the world, I would not move to Turkey to be an olive farmer.
Right.
And make $10 a month.
Absolutely, yeah.
So they want to move to the houses and make money, right, for big companies. I'm not sure why would they move, but like we have when you go to the big cities, you see a lot of diversity, especially Istanbul. It's very diverse.
See, but that is the beauty of urban cities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People know for sure that if they go there, they will get an employment. And everybody's lifestyle is revolved around employment. And so I think that's what is also making Guelph interesting.
Not
Yeah.
only Guelph, Canada
Okay.
has the right woman and men is equal.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
I agree.
Okay.
Yes, under the law, women and men are
Are equal. Yeah.
Okay. and therefore the employment opportunities.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting. Thank you. Yeah. Can you recommend to our audience what are those restaurants that we can try authentic Arab food in Guelph? Do you have any
Manawish also,
suggestions?
there's Manawish.
And shawarma.
Shawarma, I know.
Shawarma,
That's
yes, it's very popular.
So that's a very Arab food, right?
Right.
Okay.
Shawarma, falafel.
Okay.
It's very popular and everywhere you can find.
Okay. So shawarma,
Shawarma,
falafel.
falafel.
So what? Yeah, so that's a good one. So if we go to different restaurants, which we know as Arab,
Yes.
so these are the most authentic food for us to
True.
try
Yes.
and
Yeah, and I
test it out.
advise to you the shawarma and the falafel also.
Is there any special shawarma that we should try?
Oh, there is beef, there is chicken, whatever you like. That the secret is spicy.
The spice.
How they cook it. Sometimes we use cold, sometimes use the
Especially in
gas.
Egypt. It's the best shawarma in Egypt.
Yes.
I have
I'm
been
sorry,
there
what?
many times. In Egypt, the
Okay.
best shawarma in Egypt.
I
have
see.
been there many times. It's very nice.
So in shawarma, when we are ordering it, can we actually ask Egyptian shawarma versus Lebanese shawarma? I'm
It
just
depends
curious.
the owner, but the
Okay.
Syrian people also
They have their
the
way.
Everybody
they
has
have their
shawarma.
way. Yeah.
Oh, so shawarma is a common
Yes.
all Middle Eastern
And falafel.
Even in
Arab.
Turkey.
Even
Yeah,
in Turkey.
it
Okay.
actually came from, if you think about it, it came from Turkey. It wasn't Turkey, it's the Ottomans.
Okay.
So they used to call it doner.
Okay.
Doner means like the spinner.
Right.
So because the spin's on fire,
Right.
people cook it. And from there, spread out. One like to a couple different countries, went to the Arab world, to the Levant, then all North Africa. From North Africa to Morocco, actually, which is North Africa. And then from Morocco, I went to Spain.
I see.
And the funny thing is, when the Spanish people came to Mexico, and it's like, it just went all over the place.
Right.
So from Morocco, like from the Ottomans, all the way to Morocco to Spain, and Portugal, and from there went to Mexico. So like the Mexicans, they have a very similar dish to, which essentially is doner.
Okay, very
And
interesting.
everybody calls it differently. Like the Arabs say shawarma,
Uh-huh.
where the Turkish say doner. And the Greeks also have it.
Okay.
It's a lot of similar things you see around the world. And yeah, it's just one of these things.
So it's basically the meat which is cooked.
Yeah,
like
doner is like
The spin.
That's spinner.
Spin,
And then you
spin.
just take off the most cooked one, which I've seen. It's so
Yes.
good. And then you just put it on
Juicy.
the... Yeah. You just add a few spice and everything and you wrap it, right? That's...
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's amazing. So thank you for sharing the history of that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and shawarma is definitely most recommended if anyone is going to any of the Middle Eastern, restaurants. Absolutely try shawarma and falafel. My next question is about what are the big celebrations that you come together to celebrate? I'm just curious because you're a Christian, you're Muslims, and they probably are other religions like Baha'i. Is there any common festival that unites all of you? I know language unites you, but is there any festival that unites all of you, like a New Year or anything like that?
Yeah, we came together in the New Year.
Okay.
In the multicultural days, so all are gathered together, Christians, Muslims, and they celebrate together.
So do you have a different New Year or is it the same as January 1st?
For most of the Arab countries, it's the same.
January 1st?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So what about what are your biggest celebrations, in your own cultures? Like the Eid, or what is your biggest celebration that unites the whole group the maximum?
For my culture, because I am Muslim, so the biggest celebration is Ramadan and the Eid. We have two Eids, Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr. So it's two
Okay.
Eids. So that's when all the family gather together, the friends, and they celebrate together.
Thank you for sharing, Nima. What about you, Riham? I know that, from the Arab world, you're also a Christian. And, I'm quite sure a lot of people in the audience may not even know that the Arab world actually has, yes, the majority are Muslims, but they also, are Christians, they're Baha'i and other religion as well. So as a Christian from Egypt living in Guelph, how do you practice or celebrate being a Christian? I mean, do you go to regular church? Do you have a special church?
Yes, so the one of the wonderful that you live in Canada, you can practice what you believe. So yes, we have our own church who practice the mass and liturgy in both language, in the Arabic language and the English language too.
Wow, you have an Arabic language mass going?
Yes, yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Here in Guelph?
Yes, here in Guelph. And actually in every city we have.
Wow, I would have never guessed that. That's
True.
amazing.
Yes.
So it's both languages?
Yes.
English and Arabic?
Yes.
And what kind of country people join? I'm just curious, like who?
Yeah, the Sudanese people join us.
Okay.
Then Eritrean people join us. And some Lebanese people join us. So because some people like Orthodox and some people is Catholic, so the majority is in one church. We do the mass and we do the same protocol as we do as back home.
Wow.
And we use the both language for the new generation.
Okay.
To understand like the Bible and to read it, because they not all the new generation and for the kids they know how to read Arabic. Yeah, maybe they understand as we speak at home, but to know the religion and to educate, so they have to read the Bible. So that's why we explain the Bible in English, and sometimes the lesson in English and the songs also in English. So yeah, to make it like harmony. This is the way how we celebrate.
And you come together to celebrate Christmas as well.
Of course, the night of Christmas, the Easter Monday, and our traditional food. Oh my God.
My God, this is amazing because you have found your own community here.
Right.
Like in a sense, you're comfortable because it's following your exact traditions.
True. Make me feel at home.
Okay, so that's what makes you feel at home and Guelph. And I mean, that's what we are trying to understand. Like, what are these little things in Guelph that makes you feel at home? So, start with Latif.
As I've mentioned, the older buildings, they look very similar to where I was living in Turkey. So that's one of the things. But mostly not the buildings, most of the people who live in the buildings. It's like having people who like... Actually, the friends that I have here that I've made in Guelph actually make me feel at home. And yeah, the diversity in people, like the events that happen here, and the fact that you live in a small city, but you feel you live in a big city.
You feel like you're all connected. I mean, like you know each other a lot.
And this through sports, like I used to play rugby.
Okay.
So I know a lot of people from the rugby team, which I see like whenever I go to like to any gym. Like sometimes I go to World Gym. I see some people I know. I go to Fit for Less. I go to UFG. Like I always see people I know. And when I do a lot of activities, like so when I play, like I used to ski in the winter, and like right now just go skateboarding. There's a skateboarding park.
So sports has basically connected you a lot with people here.
Yeah.
Because you try the diverse sports here.
Yeah, it's one of the things, and yeah, I like it both because I work here, you know. And as I said before, I had many firsts here, so I drove my first car here. I graduated high school here, and yeah, I got one of my first jobs here. Yeah, it's a lot of firsts in Guelph.
Okay.
For me.
And you?
For me, being with my family, being around my culture, being able to practice my religion here freely, seeing people from my culture around, celebrate our Eid, our Ramadan, go to the mosque, do the Friday prayers. So all of these things makes me feel home. And even sometimes Canadian, they share with us, they go pray with us in the mosque, and they feel like they like this thing, they feel comfortable and they are enjoying it. So that's what makes me feel home, being around my culture and being freely to practice my religion and everything in my culture.
Amazing, thank you.
True.
You're welcome.
I agree with you. So yeah, for me the home is feeling. So when I say home, this is the word who can take me for my memories, for my food, traditional food, even my bed sheet. Sometimes you choose it from back home to feel like you are
Egyptian
not for
thread.
Egyptian.
Yeah. Egyptian thread.
Cotton 100%. But let me say something true. When all of this stuff, harmony with the Canadian lifestyle, it gives you the dream home, not only the home. So yeah, you eat your food and you try another food also. You wear your traditional clothes and you share it with the other. So when you have your own stuff from back home, your culture, your language, your everything, and you find the respect here.
Mhm.
They respect you. They respect your culture, and they help you to get harmony with them. They don't
Yeah.
say they are foreign. No, 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 we don't need. No, they respect the multiculturalism.
Yeah.
So this is a wonderful thing. Make me like in my dream home.
And they
Okay,
also-
wow. Okay, this is not just a home, it's your dream home.
Dream home.
Okay, amazing.
And
Yes,
also
Neighbour.
Canadians, they love to learn about our culture.
True.
When they see something new, they're like, "What is this? Can you teach me about this? Can you tell me what is this?" So they're welcome to learn.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
that's exactly what this program is about, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what it's an initiative by the Guelph Museum and Culture, where they want to actually educate themselves and
Yeah.
the city of Guelph people about by learning through having a fun conversation. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate this conversation, and it's a very casual one. And again, you know, this is just their individual opinions about their experience in Guelph, and this is no reflection of their community. It's purely individual. And so thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you
and
so
being
much.
honest and, you know, expressive. So I really appreciate that. And is there anything else you want to say as a last word, or?
We thank you for this conversation. I really like it, and I learn a lot of stuff, new stuff also. Thank you
Within
so
your
much.
own culture, right?
Yes, true.
I mean, that's the most interesting thing, because
Yeah.
with a world as large as we are in, even within my own country, I don't know a lot of things.
True.
So, you know, and you guys are kind of representing the 22 countries, and you have learned, and this is amazing that we continue to learn from each other constantly. So thank you so much for your time, and really appreciate this conversation and, you know,
Thank
being
you.
honest and being fun in
Yeah.
sharing your, you know, honest
You see, it
opinions.
was easy.
So, and I thank the Guelph Museum for giving this opportunity, and we really hope, you know, we continue this series and we learn from each other's culture more. Thank you.